Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. My name is David.
And I'm Rista.
So you got into the market, it's your first day at the market. We're going to discuss what to do, what not to do, how to get the best sales, and let's take it from there.
Perfect. So the first thing is costing. You need to work out what is your costing. So for instance, if you're making a jam, you need to find out the price of your bottle, the lid, the label, and the contents that go inside that jam. Also, with your costing will come your market fee, and if you're using a staff member, your staff fee, and as well as your samples. So make sure that you have all your costings done. If you are selling a food product like a hamburger, remember that it is essential to make sure that you list all your costing, from your bun to your oil to your staff to your transport to everything.
So that you know how much to price your product at.
Because if you don't know your product costing, then you don't know how much to price it at.
Of course. Next is your setup of your table. Make sure that you set up your table inviting so that people want to come to your stand. They want to know what you're selling. Don't overload your table with products and stock. Just make it inviting.
Perfect. And then the next one is your branding. Branding is super, super important. When David and I had the lemonade company, the name of the lemonade company was called David's Homemade Lemonade. It said who owned it, it said what we sold, and it said how it was made. In that way, it is easy for your customer to understand what you are about and what you are selling. Branding is super, super essential. If you are going to create a brand with a name, that's also really good, but make sure with your name or another name that doesn't state what you are selling, make sure that people understand what you are selling by putting a label on your table saying they are jams or pickles or chutneys.
Perfect. Next, samples. Make sure you give samples to your customers. Let them know what they are tasting. Let them know what you are selling. Just let your customer know what you're about.
Yes, and also by giving samples, they understand what your product is, what it tastes like, and it's a catch. So if they love your product, they're going to come and buy your product by giving the samples. But if they never taste your product, then they'll never know and they'll never buy your product.
Of course.
So
next, cleanliness. Make sure your table is clean, your tablecloth is ironed and straight, and that your staff members are clean and well presented. Their hairs are combed, they don't have holes in their shirts. It's just that they're presentable. People don't like to come to a stand if it's not neat, if it's not tidy.
Perfect, especially when you're dealing with food.
Yes.
There are certain regulations when you're dealing with food where you have to wear gloves, you have to wear a hairnet, you have to have all of these essentials on when you're dealing with food. And then when you're also dealing with the product, just make sure that your hands are clean at all times.
Your
fingernails are clean, that you're wearing an apron that is, having some branding on it, that also, that your samples look clean. Very important.
Very important. Okay. Next, interacting with the customers. Greet your customers. Hello, sir. Hello, ma'am. How are you? Welcome to my stand. Let me tell you what I've got. Just be polite and be courteous to your customer. If you can see your customers on the phone, don't try and nag them and come to you. Just be polite and courteous.
So there's also a few other essentials, and the next one is very, very important. Is what you do behind your stand.
100%.
So many times we see
a lot of traders at the market that do this mistake. They're on their phones, they're sitting down, they're smoking a cigarette, or they're drinking behind the stand. Or the biggest one is crossing your arms behind the stand. That is a big no-no. That is a body language telling the customer that I'm not interested in you, please don't come anywhere near me.
And it's so interesting that some traders will ask, why didn't I make sales today? And it was a really busy market. It's because the trader was not approachable.
100%.
It is so important to be approachable, especially in sales. You want to make that sale, so people need to come towards you. If you're on your phone, as David said, and if you're sitting at your stand, you are not going to make sales.
100% right. 100%. Don't smoke, don't drink, don't vape. Be approachable, be smiling, be happy. Greet your customers, that sort of thing. Then you're guaranteed to make some sales.
Remember that when a person is at the market, they want to have interaction. They're not just there to just come and shop and leave. Then they might as well go to a shopping center. People that come to market want to understand who is making the product, what product they're getting, and they want to interact with the traders or the vendors that are behind the stores. So interact with your customer. Don't think that your customer is just going to come and buy your products.
Next is training. Make sure that your staff are trained properly to sell your product. Make sure that they know what the ingredients are of your product and that they know how to interact with the customers. Your staff can either make you or break you. So make sure you got the right staff for your business.
Yeah, and I think as David said, it's really, really essential to understand that you need to educate your staff. Your
Yes.
staff needs to know the ingredients that go into your product, because there are many people that suffer with certain kinds of allergies nowadays. And if, for instance, you have a cake that have nuts and your staff doesn't know that they have nuts, you're going to have a big problem on your hands.
Big problem.
Your reputation is going to go. So make sure that you do educate your staff properly. Then the next one.
Say something that will invoke an emotion in your customer. Then they're guaranteed to buy from you. Ask them questions. Are you thirsty? Are you hungry? Just be interactive with your customer. That's the most important thing.
Yes, and by invoking emotion with your customer, they're going to remember you.
Yes.
They're going to remember you and they're going to come back. If you smile at your customer, they're going to remember you if you come back. If you talk to your customer, good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. How are you doing this morning? It's a lovely day. Welcome to the market. These are things that you can just learn to do, especially if you are a small or first-time trader. I understand that it might be difficult because you might feel like you're going to suffer from rejection, or maybe they won't talk to you. But be out there. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you got to be able to speak to your customer.
Great. I think that's about it. That wraps us up for today.
I think that wraps us for today. Stay tuned. Don't forget that special tip about invoking an emotion in your customer. And thank you for our 1,000 subscribers.
Thank you so much. If you got any questions or comments, please drop it below and let us know, and we will answer it if we can.
And also, we are going to be doing a course soon, so if you want more information on that, just leave us your email address in the comments below. Also, let us know, ask us anything you want to know about us, anything at all. We are open, we are honest, and we are here to share.
Thank you so much, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. See you next time. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.